alright. Okay, you win. I'm in love with you. Well, alright. Okay, you win. Baby, what can I do? I'll do anything you say. Just got to be that way. Well, alright. Okay, you win. I'm in love with you. Well, alright. Okay, you win. Baby gets me in. Anything you say I'll do, as long as it's...
The Calder Prescott Jazz Quartet has been entertaining every Thursday night at the Robbie pub for 12 years running. These four guys with decades of experience behind them join together once a week to take people on a voyage from Dunedin to what feels more like a bar in a street in New Orleans.
Danny Ginn suggested we might like to go along there on a sort of a month's trial. Well, look, we don't know whether we've got the gig or not because he's never said anything. But we just turn up every Thursday and we get something in the bank account, so I mean, what more can you ask for?
I bought the bar in about the end of '95 and decided that in the beginning of '96 that we want to put music in as one of the sort of things that we do here at the Robbie, and so I thought that jazz would be a good thing to do. It's become sort of an institution, and it's one of the sort of things that happens in Dunedin every Thursday night. Yeah. They're really popular because they actually suit a cross-section of people, and we get a cross-section of people from students of various sort of nationalities and to the hardcore jazz people who are, you know, we get anything from 18 to 65 in here on a Thursday night.
We started as a trio, and the three of us, there was Neil Paget and Jack Allpress and myself. We got together because we all had a love of jazz. We were pretty compatible. We both liked the same sort of music, the same sort of jokes. And then we had Mike Gibbs arrived in town, retired from his post with the NZSO. So we decided to run ourselves as a jazz quartet, using the name jazz so people would be under no misapprehension as to what sort of music we liked.
Sadly, original bass player Neil Paget passed away earlier this year. Thankfully, the band found Paul Layton to step into his shoes.
Neil enjoyed his music. Don't make any mistake about that, but he did it with the most serious face, you know. I had to write a bit of an obituary for him for the Musicians Club, and I wrote in it that he's the only guy I ever met who liked being on committees. And Neil was on every committee because he loved to see, he was the most gregarious person I've ever met.
We were, again, very lucky to have another bass player who was able to step in, and in fact he played with us for the year or so that Neil was unable to play.
So, why jazz?
If it has to be described to you, you won't understand anyhow. It's absolutely instinctive.
I read about some groups, they've got 25 numbers down. Now they're going to take on the world. 25 tunes. How many hundreds do we know, Jack?
I've got 350 in my book alone. Up at the Musicians Club, there was a club night, and there was a young group, and they got up and they fiddled around and they tuned this, they tuned that, they had great conferences, and they played 4 or 5 numbers. I've never forgotten this. We got up with our Dixieland band, and we followed them. You see, we just sat in behind. I think somebody said, give us an A or whatever it was, and the guys, bang, we were into the first number, and these young guys are standing at the bar with their mouths like this. They couldn't believe it that we hadn't had to have a conference.
Another Thursday night gone, and they have been entertaining their fans again. 12 years down, and let's hope there are many more to come.